Thank you for stopping by. This is Jeffrey Weiss, your political activist, keeping you informed of local and world events. Today we discuss Do As I Say, Not As I Do. America has berated China regarding its human rights policies and violations. American officials, from Vice President Mike Pence to UN Ambassador Nikki Haley to NSA Director John Bolton, and especially Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, have used hysterical language to decry China's oppression of the Uyghur Muslim population in China. Pompeo insisted that China was in a league of its own when it comes to human rights violations. This from a country that locks up more of its population per capita and more in absolute numbers than any other country in the world. For example, China locks up 118 people out of 100,000. France, 104 people out of 100,000. Germany, 75 people out of 100,000. India, 53 people out of 100,000. Mexico, 164 people out of 100,000. Russia, 316 people out of 100,000. The United States, 655 people out of 100,000. The U.S. imprisons black and Hispanic people at a rate far higher than whites. The U.S. demands prisoners work as forced laborers, a nice term for slavery, or they are thrown into solitary confinement. The American government authorized private prisons where inmates are found in violation of jail rules 76% more than in state prisons, and incarcerated for 29% longer than in state prisons because the private prisons get paid more for keeping the beds full. The U.S. population has the highest ownership of guns per person in the world, 120 guns per 100 people. China, 3.5 guns per 100 people. The murder rate in America is 5.35 per 100,000, or almost 18,000 total in 2017. In China, the murder rate is 0.62 per 100,000, or 8,634 murders in a population 4.3 times as big as America. America has been described by some as the biggest battlefield in an era of peace. The U.S. consistently supports corporate rights over human rights. America does nothing about the growing divide between rich and poor or the spread of racial hatred. For many of America's poor, left behind and ostracized, life is very much like being in prison. If my articles interest you, please use the link to check out my website and books. Thank you very much.